historic vote that took place this morning, members of the Senate joined their colleagues in the House of Representatives to pass a landmark health insurance reform package, legislation that brings us toward the end of a nearly century-long struggle to reform America's health care system. Ever since Teddy Roosevelt first called for reform in 1912, 7 presidents, Democrats and Republicans alike, have taken up the cause of reform. Time and time again, such efforts have been blocked by special interest lobbyists who've perpetuated a status quo that works better for the insurance industry than it does for the American people. But with passage of reform bills in both the House and the Senate, we are now finally poised to deliver on the promise of real, meaningful health insurance reform that will bring additional security and stability to the American people.
You got to give it up. You need.
And then a blogger got on there and he asked Barack Obama about an article that he saw on Investors Business Daily. It didn't take long for us to run into an uh-oh moment when reading the House's Health Cares for All Americans bill. Right there on page 16 is a provision making individual private medical insurance illegal. When we first saw the paragraph Tuesday, just after the 1,018-page document was released, we thought we surely must be misreading it. So we sought help from the House and Ways and Means Committee. And it turns out we were right. The provision would indeed outlaw individual private coverage under the Orwellian header of protecting the choice to keep current coverage. The limitation on new enrollment section of the bill clearly states, except as provided in this paragraph, the individual health insurance issuer offering such coverage does not enroll any individual in such coverage if the first effective date of the coverage is on or after the first day of the year that the legislation becomes law. So you can keep your coverage just as Obama promised, with, of course, exceptions. Those who have private individual coverage won't be able to change it, nor will those who leave a company to work for themselves be free to buy individual plans from a private carrier. At approximately 3.5 minutes into the recording, which I've edited for you here, you will hear a blogger ask Barack Obama about this particular point. And if you listen carefully in the background, you will hear Obama laughing. And then he will admit that he doesn't know about this passage in the bill. Either he's lying or he truly doesn't know that this is in the bill. Either way, it puts him in a poor light. Here he's asking bloggers to write articles urging people to call their congressman and pass this bill, and all the while he doesn't know what is in the bill. Here's the recording, and there's also links on the right-hand side which will take you to the full recording, which is 24 minutes long if you care to listen to it, as well as a link to the IBT article, and I'll also put a link there to the bill so you can look it up on page 16 yourself and see that it certainly does say this.
I've been running into the same quote from an opinion piece from Investors Business Daily, where they're saying that H.R. 3200 will make individual private medical insurance illegal, and they actually quote from Section 102 of the bill, which is grandfathering existing policies. Is this true? Will people be able to keep their insurance, and will insurers be able to write new policies even though H.R. 3200 is passed?
You know, I have to say that I am not familiar with the provision you're talking about. Let me just speak for the Obama administration. I have committed myself consistently to a very simple proposition. If you have health insurance and you like it, and you have a doctor that you like, then you can keep it, period. And I won't sign a bill that somehow would make it tougher for people to insurance.
It is a mandate that every individual purchase health care. It is a mandate that every individual purchase health care. It is a mandate that every individual purchase health care. A mandate. A mandate.
Ha 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 ha!